Hi all, Planetside Agent here. Today I'd like to talk about why I think these two alcohol stove slash burners are the best out there. And the first one here, well, I should probably go by age first. This is the classic Trangia alcohol burner. And the other one is the Fancy Feast stove. The reason I think these are the two best, I'll just kind of cover each, and I can't see, to me, why you'd use anything else for alcohol, that is. So anyway, I guess first, the Trangia. This is a classic. It works. It's tried and true. It's been copied a zillion times. Here's an example. Chinese knockoff. There's several of those. The nice thing about and the thing is I'm a proponent of the Trangia, because unless you can score one of these Chinese knockoffs cheaper, which is you can sometimes you can't. Some of these, like the model Esbit makes, is more expensive than the Trangia. So why, if you have a choice, go with the Trangia. If you find something cheaper and your budget dictates it, yeah, by all means go that route. Or if it comes with another kit, which this one did, actually came with this pot stand. Anyway, that's one thing. And another nice thing about the Trangia is that it's kind of a universal design anymore, because you can get a lot of different pot stands. Even though it does require a pot stand, you can get a lot of variety. Here's just three of them. The cross T that fits in here. You got this one here where it'll nest down inside. Oops, get you on frame, I'm sorry. And here's one by Esbit where it will actually, it's designed to clip into the little lip around the Trangia. So, I mean, there's many other varieties out there. It's infinite number of varieties you could probably come up with to make a pot stand for the Trangia. Probably the downside of the Trangia is, and it's not really a downside, it's well, let me jump back to the plus. And the other plus side about the Trangia, or Trangia, I guess the way they pronounce it in Europe, is it has a sealed lid, and you can actually store fuel in there, which I do have right now. So when you're done cooking, if you have fuel left over, you can just put it out and then seal it back up, and you don't waste any fuel. Okay, that's the other advantage of this stove, and it's durable. The downside is sometimes its cold weather performance isn't that good, because it's a pressurized stove. I mean, this has to heat up enough to pressurize the alcohol vapors and feed them up through the jets. But there's several ways around that. Trangia actually makes a winter attachment that goes on the bottom that you put a little alcohol in that, burn it, it heats it up. Or you could just do like you do with the some of the penny can stoves, where you just spill alcohol around it just to heat it up enough to have it vaporize. So they do work in the winter. I mean, you look at the Trangia cook sets. That's another thing. They have old cook sets designed around this stove too. I've got the Trangia and the A-locks. So there's a lot of flexibility on how you want to use this stove, which is the plus. And it's not really very expensive. It's very reasonable. So that's kind of why I think this is one of the best. The other one is the Fancy Feast, which is nothing more than a Fancy Feast cat food can. And you take I took the bottom of a narrow, one of those coffee drink cans, or you can also use a tomato paste can. You cut it down, put some holes in it, wrap it with carbon felt, put it in there, and away you go. This one weighs 0.4 of an ounce, or if you use the steel tomato paste can, 0.8 of an ounce, less than an ounce, so it's lightweight. The other advantages of this stove is that it has an integral pot stand. You don't need a separate pot stand, so that even lightens the load more. So, oops, oh, this is not going to work because there's no water in it, but there you go. So it'll fit. Has its own integral pot stand, which is a nice feature. The other thing is, this will work in cold weather, down probably below -20. There's people that have used it that cold. I think Colorado Camper did a video where he had this sitting out on his concrete step on his back porch on -20-degree weather, and it fired right up. Also, Shug also has done winter overnights up in the Boundary Waters canoe area in the middle of the winter, -20-degree weather, and the Fancy Feast. Although he uses a Zelf, which is a commercially made. If you don't want to make your own, I should put a link to that in there. So anyway, so it works in all weather, and a lot of on boil tests. This is one of the fastest boilers too. You're looking at 6.5 to 6:45, depending on the water temperature. Boil time for 2 cups of water. So it's probably one of the fastest, most efficient. It doesn't need priming. It's just ready to go. So, and in this case, it's, except for the carbon felt, it's pretty cheap. So that, to my mind, why would you use anything else? I mean, it always works, and it's light, and it's fairly durable too. Probably more durable than the pop can, because that, you know, the pop can or beer can aluminum is pretty fragile. So, and this sort of stuff is readily available. So, did I miss anything? I hope not. So, anyway, that's why I say these are the two, in my mind, my opinion, these are the two best alcohol stoves out there. If you have your own ideas on what you think's a better one or comparable, go ahead and throw it in the comment section. I'd like to hear it. Not saying that, you know, this is the only option. The others all work just fine. If that's what you have, that's what you want, by all means, use it. In the end, you're the only one that has to be pleased, nobody else. So anyway, I think that's all I was going to do on this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.